Hello, beautiful beings. What? It's been like a month since I did a reading. And reason for that being is that I have been going through an intense spiritual initiation with the work that I do. I'm an energy healer, not just a psychic and tarot reader, but I've been working in a intense container, working on my psychic abilities, and then also training as a teacher of energy healing. So there's been a massive spiritual initiation and leveling up for me that I've been going through personally, where I've had to journey to some darker places, not necessarily bad places, but some darker places to look at things that I thought I had completely dealt with but needed to look at. And what I thought was quite interesting about this reading is that with each of the objects, if you can just see here, everything is kind of casting a shadow, and that's the nature of reality, right? Everything does cast a shadow. And when light is shone on it, there's a shadow. When light is shone on you, there's a shadow. There's always another side to things, and we can't really escape our shadow. And our shadow, simply put, is that part of ourselves that we are avoiding or have rejected, or we're avoiding it because we've rejected it, because we're ashamed of it. And you don't have to, and that shadow doesn't necessarily disappear, and it can morph and it can change, So today for me, before I jump into picking the piles, I felt like I wanted to draw just one card for the collective energy for everybody who's tuning into this, and just do a quick mini read on that, and then we'll jump into pile picking. If you are new to the Priestess Sophia, what's up? Welcome. I'd really appreciate if you like and subscribe. This channel is all about channeling your highest guidance. I don't just tap into stuff and tell you what you want to hear. I tell you the highest guidance, so that's going to put you on your most empowered path. It's not always the nicest thing to hear, but because I work with that, what you need to hear will come through. I've got several readings on my channel now. If this reading doesn't resonate, pick another reading. And yes, why I'd also like you to like and subscribe is because it helps with the energy exchange. Think of that ellipsis. Give and receive, give and receive. But do that only if you want to, if you feel called to. Alrighty, so to those who've returned, I appreciate you so much, and I'm so glad to be back. And I can feel there are like 7 people who really are quite close to this channel and close to my heart, and I can feel your souls, and you know who you are. I've probably worked with you and replied to you. Oh wow, isn't this beautiful? So the card that we've got here is family, and we've got this beautiful dove with this olive branch and extending that out. And I think that's so gorgeous, because I was just literally talking about the community and the people who I can feel that are really close to this channel, and I feel that they are growing, and I'd love for that to grow as well. So I'm reaching that out, and I'm being vulnerable, reaching out and being vulnerable with you and saying, hey, I need you in this journey too. I can't do it without you. And that's the thing, right? We can't do things alone. No man is an island. And this is what I'm getting from this card. And for those of you who have an estranged relationship with your family, that's okay. Family doesn't always have to be blood related. It can be the family that you choose, right? This is coming through as a message to let you know that your family is good, your family is okay, and where you are right now in your journey with your family is exactly where you need to be. So it is not something to stress and to worry about. It is rather something to just embrace, and that the more that you can embrace that, the greater healing you are going to find for yourself, specifically in your root chakra and your third eye. I'm saying that because we're seeing this red flower over here and this purple flower over here, which for me is representing third eye and roots that are standing out the most. And then we even have a little bit of a green flower here, which is the heart chakra. So what I'm sensing is that the more that you can drop in your heart space around what is going on with your family, whether good or bad, the greater stability, security, and surety in yourself that you're going to find, and the way that you're going to be able to see things differently, because that's what the third eye chakra is about. It's about how we see, not just our intuition. Because our intuition, being able to see, clairvoyance, is about clear seeing. That's what clairvoyance means, clear seeing. And if I've got a whole bunch of fear and issues around perceiving myself and how I perceive the world, then it's harder for me, for my intuition to be clear. But what we can do is, like this beautiful lime green of this card is showing us, or pastel green, whatever you prefer, is to drop into that heart. And the more you can get into that space, the more you're going to find that peace and clarity that you need. For those of you, because I am feeling that there are some of you that need to reach out to family, do that. For others of you, there's forgiveness that needs to be extended to family, not for them, for you, so that you can give them. So it's forgiveness is forgive. So you give them back what belongs to them, and you take responsibility of what's yours. And I'm feeling that that is a very important message for the collective of this group. And with that, I'm going to stop right there, and we'll jump straight into today's reading. So today's reading, we're going to be looking at, should you stay or should you go? And we're going to be looking at this mainly in a romantic relationship. But if something else comes up in the cards, because we did just discuss family, then we'll look at that. But we're looking in the context of romantic relationships. However, I have been doing a lot of friendship readings lately. So if a friend comes to mind and the energy that's bringing up is more a friend or even a family member, then apply it the way that it needs to be applied. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. I also do energy healing sessions with people that are profound. Energy healing has changed my life. I moved from someone who was in the corporate industry, who was really ashamed of my psychic gifts, my race, my sexuality, was in an abusive relationship, and then moved all through those things and more to actually live my best life. That sounds so cheesy. Through energy healing, and do what I'm doing now, and do several things that are linked to this. This is only a part of what I do. So if you're drawn and you feel called, I'd say book a session. I'd say book multiple sessions. Anyway, with that all being said, let's look at our piles. So pile 1, this is your pile. This is this beautiful ringing heart. I really love this heart. It was gifted to me by a friend of mine. And if that resonates with you, then do pick that. And then pile 2 is this soft, pretty little shell. So delicate. If that resonates with you, then do pick that. And then pile 3 is this beautiful selenite wand. I mean, this is a really strong selenite wand. It is my favorite selenite wands. I think I have 3 of them. But this one was given to me by my brother. So if this resonates with you, then that's your pile. Alrighty, beautiful beings. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale down through the feet. Inhale and exhale down through the feet all the way into the earth. And one more time. Inhale and exhale down all the way through the feet into the earth. And pick your pile. The one that you're most drawn to. Follow your highest guidance, your intuition. And I'll see you in your reading. Ciao, beautiful beings. Hello, pile 1. This is your pile if you chose this heart. This heart makes me think of that Green Tea Ping song which goes, you make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling, ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, ling-a-ling. You're my African queen, the girl of my dreams. I can't think of the words now, but that song. And that song brings me a lot of joy. So I feel like the connection that you're asking about, there was definitely a lot of joy associated with this connection. There's something around this connection that was also meant to open stuff in the heart, to release things in the heart. And I feel for a lot of you, there is something sitting in the core of your heart, like there's a kernel, a core issue that you have been dealing with for a really long time. So it's something that you've carried through many, many relationships. It could be a story like, why when I love people do they always leave me? Or I'm never good enough. I always give so much and I don't get what I give. Or I'm afraid to even open up here because every time I open up, people just take and take and take. So I'm feeling that there's a core story that's sitting in the heart chakra specifically, which means there's been some massive wounds, maybe multiple, but some really deep wound around love for you that this relationship specifically has come to highlight. So I'm going to put your symbol over there, and what I'm going to say is welcome to the Priestess Sophia. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. If you'd like energy healing, please do the same thing. I'm a certified energy healer and energy teacher in training. Alrighty, so do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and welcome if you're new, and also welcome if you're returning. These are your oracle cards. I'm going to put them over here, and I'm going to be working with my beautiful, messy, really old tarot deck. This is my working deck, but today I felt like I just want to work with this deck. I don't want to work with fancy decks. I'm a little bit neurodivergent, and I've got a thing about I've really got a thing about working with a good deck. You know, I believe that it's great to have like beautiful looking decks online and stuff, and I love that, but I also like working like very authentically, and for me that's working with the type of deck that speaks to me most, and this one is currently really speaking to me, so, and really specifically for this reading. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at, should you stay or should you leave? Okay, so pile 1, interesting. I feel like your mind has been quite busy around this connection, because my mind is getting like quite racy, and I feel like you've thought about this quite a bit. I feel like you've wondered whether you should stay with this person or not quite a bit. And I feel like you've played different scenarios in your mind time and time again, and I feel that you want something new to happen. I feel like you might even have a great awareness of this situation going on in your heart, but you're like that type of person who wants to make doubly sure that you're really doing the right thing. Okay, so there we go. So this card represents your core patterns and your role in the situation. This card represents what will happen if you stay. This will happen, what will happen if you go. This is your person that you're asking about, their ability to change, because obviously if you're asking this question about whether you should stay or should go, there's an idea of whether there is, you're asking the question, right? And then this is the risks of leaving. So if you leave, what it is that you need to look at. Okay, so I want to draw a clarifier for the Emperor. Okay, that one answers my question. Alrighty, so you in this situation, just like I was picking up, you're really looking at whether you're playing it around in your mind. So we've got Queen of Swords, but she's coming up in reverse. So the thinking is becoming, I don't want to say unhealthy, but the thinking isn't serving you. It's not going in the right direction. And I'm seeing that specifically because she's in reverse. And as you can see here, her hand is pointing to the past. For me, this would be the future. So she's kind of focused on some sort of stuff that's happened in the past, and her mind is kind of mired in that. And that being stuck in some sort of past, either events specifically with this person and how things played with this person and the initial perception that you've had of this person, that is what's keeping you here. But at the same time, there's this really strong need for clarity because we've got this sword coming out here and you really wanting to know, like, what is my truth in this space? But your pattern here is because you were getting Queen of Swords. For me, Queen of Swords is about boundaries and standards and honoring those boundaries and standards and being able to take your emotions and look at them objectively, but yet lovingly, and using that understanding with your judgment to be able to determine what's best for you and the future for you. So what I'm feeling your pattern here is, pile one, is that there's a tendency to let go of what you truly want and what you truly desire and what your standards are and what your values are for the sake of a relationship. I don't even feel like you do it always consciously, because I feel like it's sort of an unconscious thinking pattern or loop that you go into. So it's something that, remember we spoke about perception in that collective reading. So there's something about your perception of yourself that makes you do that. But I feel that this is the pattern for you that's being played and your role in this connection. Alrighty, so if you stay with this person, what I'm seeing here is it's a lot of fun. So even when I touch this card, because we've got 3 of Cups here, is I'm getting that there's a big sense of fun and playfulness in this connection. But I'm also feeling for some of you, is because we've got this 6 of Wands here. I do feel 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords here, and this is in the will this person change, is that I do feel that there might be a third party situation here. Now, hang on, third party doesn't always mean another person is involved. It can mean that third party can also mean a past energy that is very much in this person's energy themselves that's actually affecting the relationship. I do have signs of that here, that there's some sort of past relationship with a unhealthy ex, because I've got Queen of Swords here and I've got three of Cups. In certain situations, you may actually even be asking about an ex and you looking back on someone that you've actually had a third party connection with. Doesn't matter which part of that third party that you were. So if you stay with this person, I do feel that there's a lot of fun and excitement that comes from this connection, and that some of you are asking, will we see each other again? The answer is yes, because we've got the reconciliation card. But I'm also feeling that there is some sort of third thing that you have to check out here. The reason I also say that is because with the 6 of Swords card, you see there's 3 people on this card, and there's a child sitting here, over here. There's the man who's rowing the boat, and there's the woman, and then there's a child. So there might even be a child involved in the situation, or you or the person you're asking about has a child. And this is coming through very clearly, because I do feel the needs of the child really have to be considered. Furthermore, why I'm seeing that is because we have Page of Swords here. So Page for me often also represents a young person. And because we have the Emperor showing up there, which is often a lot about father issues. So I am feeling that fathering a child, and whether this person is either a good father to their child, is also something that's under question. So either a good father to their own child or a good father to your child. So those things really have to be thought about. And staying is going to be fun, but you're going to have to figure out this third party situation in order for you to find harmony. Now, I do want clarity on that card. Yes, what were we talking about? 10 of Cups, family. So this confirms for me that the issues that I've brought up are exactly the issues that you need to look at, because there is something around what the questions are, what is going to bring my greatest fulfillment. And I feel that if you do answer the questions that I've brought up, because a lot of people do tarot readings and then they're like, this is definitely going to happen. No, these are the energies that are available to you. If you go and spiral and choose something entirely different, then this isn't going to play out. This is saying what the most prevalent energies are right now. You still have to choose these energies and act on these energies. So if you do choose to stay with this person, there's a chance for beautiful reconciliation and a happy family. But those children, because look, there's the child coming up again, there's the child coming up again. The needs of the child seriously have to be considered. And for those of you who are going, I don't have any children, it's because you either want a child in the future and you want a family, and you've got to also ask yourself, can I really have a family with this person? And the answer is yes, but it's got to be how you've got to put those needs first. Okay. If you go, what I am seeing, the outcome is here, there is going to be a loss of that father figure. So the Emperor reversed is often the controlling, manipulative, domineering father, but in a very authoritarian way. And the Emperor can also denote serious relationships. So what I am feeling, and monogamy. So if you leave, there's going to, what I'm feeling is a need to find more balance in how you organize your life, and also how you manage multiple roles. Because I feel like this person has been a support system, and this person can be a support system for you. But what's important for you to understand is that if you step away from this, you're going to need to evaluate your relationship to your father and how you organize. And I say your father because that's a deeper issue for you. And I feel like that might really relate to the core pattern around here, is how are you relating to men specifically, if you resonate with that. And if you're a man yourself, still same. How do you resonate with being a man and men? That's very important. And what are your priorities around that? And I feel you'll get an opportunity to figure that out. But I do feel that your life is going to go into a space of kind of disorganization. So you're going to have to re-strategize. And if this person is someone that was really supportive and is like the father of your child, or someone you could see being that way, then there's going to be a massive reevaluation around that in terms of also how you approach your life. Okay. So one of the most beautiful questions about this is, can this person change? Because whatever is going on right now, because your role in this is that you may actually not being clear about your patterns and your desires and your wants, and that you're actually looking at like an old issue too much, that you might not be seeing that this person does actually definitely have the potential to change. And this is what the Six of Swords is showing. This person does have the potential to move forward and move away from negativity. That's completely what the Six of Swords is about. If this is about a move to a space, I feel that this person is willing to do that. But there's got to be greater clarity on how you're communicating around this. Because pile one, what I am seeing here also is Queen of Swords can often be very cold, right? And pull back and pull back her heart. And it's interesting that we had, ooh, wow, look at that, the heart jumping out. It's interesting that this was the symbol, because this is almost like the antidote for the Queen of Swords in reverse, is she needs to look at this from a more heart-centered space. And what was exceptionally interesting was the collective reading that came up around this pile, around the collective reading that I did right in the beginning when we chose the piles. It's really resonating with what's going on here. So I'm going to gently say this, pile 1, is that there's something in your heart that you need to look at that's pushing you to you're being pushed to look at that, because it is affecting how you are managing the situation and how you're dealing with it and how you're perceiving this person. Okay, so we've got Page of Swords in reverse here. So what Page of Swords in reverse is about, and this is the risks of leaving, is that this card is saying, Page of Swords is about learning. It's about communication. And remember, I mentioned needing to communicate more clearly. And also looking into your heart to be able to communicate more clearly about what's going on here, is that when Page of Swords is in reverse, it's saying this person doesn't want to communicate, this person doesn't want to learn, this person isn't open to new ideas, this person isn't open to new perspectives. So this is, if you leave, this is where you're going to find yourself in a position where maybe you're right, because the Emperor likes to be right. Maybe your ego gets to be right about something, but there's something here that you're not going to learn if you just leave right now. Doesn't mean you have to stay forever either, but if you're going to leave right now at this moment, there's an important lesson, there's an important opportunity here around family reconciliation and being able to get actually true personal fulfillment that you're going to miss. You're going to miss it here. We can see it here with the 7 of Cups. I'm just getting the sense of missing that kind of opportunity, because now we're just looking at like the grass is greener on other sides. Even here where we've got this grass underneath and this Page of Swords kind of almost looking to that direction. Like, you know what, I'm going to pick some other grass, because sometimes relationships are hard, pile 1, and you've got to break through your own mental stuff and find what's the heart of the matter and get back to that to understand how can you create this, because this is available for you if you do stay. Wow, what a powerful reading. So now we're quickly going to look at your oracle cards. We've got Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. Wow, I think this is absolutely beautiful, because again, we've got this beautiful green talking about the heart chakra. And if we look here, this frog looks like it's holding, if you look closely, this frog actually looks like it's holding like some sort of ball or something. And remember, I spoke right in the beginning about this kind of core issue. So there's something that you're not seeing here or witnessing here for yourself that I feel really needs to be seen. Look at these big eyes of this frog, in order for you to understand what needs to happen here, pile 1. Okay, we're going to put that over here. Then we've got Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. All right, so there's a lot of shifting going on in this connection, in this relationship, and what the Spirit Fox is really telling you is to be more aware of your ability to handle the situation. You don't have to go into old patterns. You don't have to block off your heart. You don't have to step back. You can just learn something new, because actually Queen of Swords is a lot about having the skill. So she's not there. She's just in reverse. So trust is going to allow you to be able to see this situation more clearly. But right now we're here. We're blocking off our hearts. We're not listening to what it is that we really want, what we really know. We're going to the cold space, withdrawing, getting stuck in old perspectives. Let's turn that energy around, learn something new, trust your talents in changing times, because you have the skill required to manage this relationship and what is needed from you in this connection. Okay, then we've also got getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Oh, this reading is like driving me nuts. So what I'm feeling here is pile 1 is that you don't know the full story here. There's more to this person. You might have made up your mind, made up a decision, but there's more to learn here. And what needs to happen, again, like I said, Page of Swords is about communication, clear communication, being open to new ideas. So if we take the medicine of the Page of Swords here, this is what happens. You're going to miss this opportunity if you leave, but there's an opportunity to learn here, okay? And that's the approach that you need to take. Alrighty, and then final card is we've got liftoff. Energy takeoff. This is when, this card is from Cheryl Lee Harnish's Divine Guidance deck. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it looks like a bit of a rocket here. Again, look at this beautiful green. I'm just going to point out all the green that we've got here. Green is heart chakra, guys. Look at all the green in the oracle cards, and then you chose the heart space. There's stuff that needs to be looked at in the heart here. You need to look at this situation from a heart space. And when you can, you're going to be able to break through all the nonsense, get clarity on what the real issue is, and be able to resolve it. And it's going to have to start with you, for you to first look in your heart, not forcing other people to look into their heart first. You've got to take the lead here, because that's what the Queen of Swords is. She's a leader, right? She a queen. Alrighty, so I'm just going to put that there. Maybe you'd like to take a bit of a snapshot of these cards and your heart right over there. And if you enjoyed this reading and it was beneficial to you, please remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Love reading those. And remember to check out the description box if you would like a personal reading or to work with me one-on-one. It's been an exquisite pleasure reading your cards, pile 1, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello. Welcome, pile 2. Lovely connecting with your energy. This is the Priestess Sophia. If this is your first time here, we're all about channeling your highest guidance. So please listen to your intuition, the sights, sounds, smells, knowings that come through for you in this reading is your intuition speaking to you. So there are messages here for you, but there are messages that will come through for you as you listen to this as well. If you're new to the Priestess Sophia, please do remember to like and subscribe. That really helps with the energy exchange. Give and receive. But do that only if you feel called to. And if you'd like a personal reading with me or to work with me energetically in terms of energy healing, or some in terms of intuitive coaching, because I do that as well, then I would love to work with you. Do check out the description box. All right, so what I am feeling here is that I'm feeling a lot more settled with this pile. I feel like pile 2, there's definitely hermiting going on, some solitude. But in that solitude, there's a lot of integration that's happened and quiet understanding. There's a need to spend more time in nature, particularly by the beach for this pile, by water. If you can't be by the beach, I feel water is going to be really good for you. Water is a very good cleanser for you. And there's a lot of emotions that you are dealing with currently that require you to be alone, because when you're around people, they become too tumultuous. And they, like the waves of the ocean, they sort of crash on the rocks. And that's not how you need to process them. They need to be processed one by one, like as each wave comes in. there's a deep understanding of yourself that's coming through right now. And even if it might not feel that way, this is the energy that's coming to you, pile 2. Okay, I'm going to put your symbol over there. These are your oracle cards. We're going to look at them later. But I'm going to work with my good old trusty Rider-Waite tarot deck because I'm old school like that. I know there's a lot of pretty decks out there, but I want to work with a deck that I feel is going to give me the most accurate reading for you today, and I felt like it was this one. So please excuse. Don't judge this tarot. It's a very wise tarot. I've had it for years. And it's done thousands of readings, I can tell you that. So this tarot it knows its stuff. And we're looking at, should you stay or should you go? I don't feel like you know. I feel like you're waiting for the answer to come to you. Let's see what clarity we can give for you today. Okay, firstly, pile 2. So this is your card on your patterns, your roles. This is the outcome if you stay. This is the outcome if you go. This is whether the person you're asking about can change. Because, you know, a big part of staying or going is like, are the circumstances actually going to change? Is this person able to change? And then also the risks of leaving. Like, so if you leave, what you know you've got to deal with. Alrighty. And then I'm going to draw 3 clarifiers. I did not do this with the other pile, but I'm just going to do that and see where they need to fit in. So we'll start with the top and work. If I feel like a clarifier, I'm going to do that. Okay, let's start with you. Interesting. So it's funny because we started this tarot reading collectively with that family card, and I'm feeling a lot of mother energy coming through. Now, mother energy doesn't have to be that you're a mother with a child. If you are taking care of other people and including yourself, we all connect with mother energy differently. So there's definitely a lot of healing specifically around this reading going on around mother energy and how we feel about mother energy. And that's obviously going to relate to how you connect with your own mother and what your mother's taught you about mothering and nurturing and taking care of yourself. Very much specifically this group. We had a queen in the previous reading in pile 1, but the Queen of Pentacles for me is the most mothering energy of the four queens, and she is about action, and she is about seeing results for her action, and she's very action and consequence oriented, and she's very physically focused. She's reliable, she's nurturing, she's caring. And when she's in the upright position, she's showing as the person who's taking care of everyone else. When she's in reverse, she's not such a bad energy. She's more than focused on taking care of herself. So what I'm seeing here is that your pattern and your role in this is you are the caregiver for everyone in this relationship. For the person that you're involved with, there may be others that are involved. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But you are really also what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing her really look at this pentacle. You see how she's looking at that pentacle quite intently, is that I'm also feeling that your focus right now is you want to see, you're really looking at what is playing out here. I want to see things at face value. That's why we had this very calm, being in solitude, waiting for the answer to come, is because I feel like you're actually watching how things play out. Alrighty, so this is if you stay. So we've got the Tower in reverse. This is if you go. We've got 9 of Cups in reverse. This is your person's ability to change, which is 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And this is the risks of leaving. So what it is that you need to know. Okay, we had the Emperor show up in the previous reading as well in a different space. So this is quite interesting. Okay, but I do feel the energy is different here. Lessons similar, but energy, what's playing out is very different. So pile 2, I already feel the answer of this group. I'm not going to give you that answer, but I feel that it is already leaning a little bit more to leaving. It's up to you to decide, because I'm just reading your options. But it does feel that there's almost going to be a healthier result if you leave. Okay, but I want this clarifier here, and I want this clarifier here, and I want this clarifier here. Okay. So this feels like someone that you've definitely been in a long-term relationship with, because we have the Hierophant coming up here, and we have the Tower, and we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Emperor, and the Queen of Pentacles. So this might even be someone that you're married to. Someone that you've even maybe possibly thought about getting married to, and someone that you've very committed to, or someone that you've had ideals around marriage with and commitment. But this is definitely a relationship that feels like you've invested a lot in it. This person's probably also invested a lot in it, and he's wondering, should you either maybe, I don't know, take it to the next step, or should you actually leave? It might even be that there's these two very clear decisions that's going on. It's like either we get married and we really push this, or actually I need to let this relationship go and move forward for myself. That's really the kind of, I feel like, the question that you're asking. I don't feel that this person that you're involved with is a bad person. I do feel that that's important to say. So what I'm seeing here is, if you stay, because we've got the Tower in reverse, we've got the Hierophant, I do feel that you and this person, what's going to happen is, if you stay, is that there's going to be, the Tower is talking about a breakdown. When it's in reverse, it's talking about some sort of internal breakdown, or it can be a breakthrough. But I'm also feeling, because we got it with the Hierophant, I feel like this relationship that you're in is going to somehow go through a lot of breaking if you do stay. And it's weird, because I don't want to say that it's a break up, that you'll break up, because if you leave, you'll obviously break up. But there is, even if you stay, this relationship and the beliefs around this relationship will have to be in it. It will go through a massive rehaul and a massive evaluation, and for some of you, a massive reevaluation. And for some of you, I feel as though you might even be in the situation where you're avoiding a breakup for the sake of a relationship. And that's going to cause a lot of internal pain and struggle if you do stay in this connection. So if you're going to stay in this connection, you have to ask yourself if you can break down your views so much to make this relationship work, because that's what would be required here, is that there need to be massive change in order for this connection to work. And it would be on the part of your person and on the part of you, because both of you are going to have to really evaluate your beliefs around family, marriage, commitment, and how you show up in the world, and how you're willing to show up in the world together. Because I even feel that what's really a big deal in this connection is, like, I don't feel like this person is making you necessarily feel as important as you would like to feel, and give you the type of commitment that it is that you want. Is there potential for that here? The first answer that comes to me is no. But I always also say yes, because, so I say no, it's like a 80% no and 20% yes, because for it to be a yes, it's that massive change. And you have to remember, because we've got the priest here, and then we've got two people here, it's like both these people have to change. both of you are going to, you see, there's 2 people jumping off this building as well. Both of you are going to have to do a massive internal evaluation of whether you can keep this working. And you've got to really let go of whatever nonsense and what's not serving you in this relationship, because there are definitely aspects within this relationship and behaviors within this relationship that are not going to enable a long-term situation. So it would require some strong choices and some strong commitment to new choices on both sides. So that's if you stay. Okay. What I feel is like if you go, it's going to be a situation where 9 of Cups, something that you wanted didn't work out. So the energy of leaving is less intense. That's what I'm getting. Because if we look here, this is an exceptionally intense energy of staying. It's pressurized. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of change. It feels mentally exhaustive to stay. Going would be more like, you know what? This doesn't work for me. The situation wasn't what I wanted and I'm disappointed about it, but you'll get over it. And I feel that there's going to be an opportunity for you to focus more on your own work and your skills, because I do feel whatever you've been working on professionally has actually suffered a bit because of this connection, because there's a lot of work that you've put into this connection. And I feel that if you do decide to go, that you're going to be able to focus more on developing personal skills and work skills and completing personal projects that are actually going to be of benefit to you in the long run, right? I also do feel, because often when I see this 8 of Pentacles looking at this pentacle here, I do feel like there's someone else that you may even be talking to online. Maybe it's not happened yet, but a new person will come in soon. It doesn't feel like it will be a serious thing, but something that could potentially work. That's what that feels like. When it comes to, can this person change? We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And for me, that's just a clear no answer. It feels like, because 10 of Pentacles talks about family, and it talks about, so this is the ability to change, I should never give a yes or no answer, but I'm feeling exhausted when I'm tapping into this energy here. So I need to be mindful of how I deliver these messages. And I feel like I'm kind of connecting with your energy in the sense of like, you're going like, no, this person's not going to be able to change. Is this person has deep ancestral issues. So whatever you're dealing with here, it's legacy issues. The reason I say that, we've got the Hierophant, we've got the Tower, we've got the Emperor. There's deep rooted energy, deep energy in the psyche of how to function in relationships that would need to be changed here, right? I think when we connected with the symbol, I kept seeing, because the ocean is like the oldest form of life. It's like you're gonna have what's here is ancestral. It's a really long heritage in your person and in yourself, but mostly in your person, because we're asking about them, that they would need to change. And what comes up for me with 10 of Pentacles in reverse here is, I'm also getting the sense that they might make short-term changes, but the question is, can this person really make long-term changes? And I feel that I have to phrase it that way, pile 2, because I feel like this is something that you have actually asked yourself already. And I feel that you'd have to be massively patient with this person and with yourself. And progress would be, I want to say progress would be slow. And you have to also ask yourself, is this what you want for long term too? And those are very important questions that come up around whether this person can change or not. Okay, so interestingly enough, these cards are coming up in reverse about the risks of breaking up. So I don't feel that these cards are as negative as they might have shown in pile 1, and that's the thing with being a proper tarot reader or an intuitive, is that the card doesn't always mean the same thing. You have to tap into the energy, right? And what I'm feeling here is that you're going to be given an opportunity. Look at that. You're going to be given an opportunity to meet someone who's going to be a more suitable partner, because the Emperor is about can be about monogamy and long-term relationships as well, and a partner that is like that. But you're going to be struggling with the belief that whether that's possible or whether you're going to be given another opportunity. That is what the risk is that you're going to have to ask yourself, do I actually believe that there is a possibility for spirit, for source, for God, for the divine to bring in what it is that I really, really want from a partner? Or is this my last chance? And I don't feel that is your last chance, but it is going to be something that you are going to have to battle with. And Spirit is saying you're going to be given a new opportunity. It's just about, are you receiving it? And are you allowing it, or are you going to block it? Because I feel that because you might have got invested so much in this connection, that you'd be blocking it too. Like Spirit's going to be like, here's that pentacle, here's this new pentacle, but you're like blocking it off. So you're going to have to, for your benefit, what's going to help you is to really evaluate what kind of partner you're calling in. What kind of partner are you calling in? And I do feel, pile 2, that there might have been a tendency to go for a little bit domineering men. I see that because you, whether or not you move forward or not with this person, your beliefs are still going to be under question around marriage and commitment. Just look at that. And we've got this red here, we've got red here, we've got red here. So that, and we've got 10 of Pentacles. So there's some root issues here, root chakra issues, like ancestral issues related to how I connect in the family dynamic around committed relationships. And for you're going to have to ask yourself, can I change what I am calling in? And I feel that's also the struggle around here, because I do feel when I see this is, if you see you've got these 9 of Cups here, and I don't know if you've ever heard of paper doll syndrome, which is you date the same guy in a different body. So it's the same issues, it's the same kind of personality, the same kind of thing happens. And I feel that might have happened to you multiple times. We have this cup, then it's that guy, it's this. Why do I keep calling in the same person, not getting what I want? This Pentacles is showing here, you can call in what you want. You just have to look at it and be clear about it and really focused on that and call in that and believe in that. All right. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards say, pile 2. I must say, I am all of a sudden feeling exceptionally exhausted with this pile, and I would recommend some solitude before just jumping back into the dating journey. And I feel that's also why, that's if you do leave, because I can feel that there's a lot of things, like I said, those emotions right in the beginning that need to be felt one by one. Okay, so we've got Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. So for me, what this is really bringing up is not just to be generous of spirit with it's to be generous of spirit with yourself. And it's also, because I feel like what we had your role and pattern is that you're always giving, to other people. But what I'm feeling here is that this Queen needs to go in reverse, which means she kind of just needs to look within, and she needs to be the leader of her life. 3 + 7 is 1. The number 37 may resonate with you. And I'm feeling like when we're talking about be generous of spirit here, is to give, is to just keep giving, but give to yourself. Because what can happen here is that you can recoil and want to pull off and block off. Doesn't mean you must do that, but I do feel you need to just ensure that your needs are met, but doesn't mean you can't give in another relationship, and that you should stop giving, because that can be a type of thinking that can happen when you've been hurt. Lord, take charge with authority. Interesting. Again, I just spoke about being the leader of your life. So here we've got the Emperor, we've got the Emperor. So we've got two very strong masculine energies coming through here. And the Emperor twice in two different forms, right? So the Lord is like, this is the Emperor. Here's the Emperor too. So it's really about, let me just hold them like that. It's really about you being the leader, and you really focusing on what you want. You have to, and that means, yes, loving, yes, being open-hearted, but also, how are you choosing? How are you strategizing? Are you approaching your dating life in the way that you look at someone and you date them? You get to know them. But get to know them from a place of, can this person fit into my life? Not, oh my word, does he like me? Like, shift your focus to that, And that's what I feel is really, really important here. It's not bad for you to be discerning. Okay, then we've got honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So what I'm feeling here, remember I spoke about some sort of solitude that's needed. I do feel that this is what's coming through. But I'm also at the same time, like, I've flipped this guy over here, and I said I do feel like there's a new person coming, and we even got the Emperor here, is I do feel that it's likely in the holiday time that there might be something new showing up for you. So in South Africa, that would be in December, because when it's like really nice and sunny, but whenever there's a really good holiday, we're having the imagery also of the water showing up here. So again, water is really important for you to cleanse. Okay, and then the final card we have here is 11. Wow, that's really beautiful. So what this card, remember we spoke about 3 and 7, and that's 1, and now we have 1s coming up again here. So 11, 11, 111 might resonate with you. So again, we're talking a lot about leadership energy here. So I feel that the more that you can focus on what you really want and be insistent on that, you're going to call it into being. Because this card talks about you being able to manifest and bring forth what it is that you want, and understanding that there are infinite possibilities out there for you, and don't block it off. Again, so we literally have 1, 1, an ace, and 3 plus 7, which is, so that's 11, 11. That's the power of manifestation. But it's the power of manifestation through taking action and being really decisive on that action, having clear boundaries, having clear expectations, and not expecting someone else to meet those expectations and boundaries, but that you do that for yourself. Pile 1. All right, so I'm going to put this over here, and then this card over here. Just if you would like to get a little bit of a snapshot around that and just see all those energies. If you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe, and check out the description box for either personal reading or to do energy healing with me. I'd love to work with you. It's been an honor and blessing reading your cards for you, pile 2. I do look forward to your next reading. Do remember to leave a comment in the description box below, and like and subscribe. I think I've said that multiple times. But anyway, love you lots, and I'll see you in your next reading, pile 2. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If this is your first time at the Priestess Sophia, welcome. My name is Tadden, but you can call me Sophia. when I'm working here. I work as the Priestess Sophia, but what that is about is Sophia is divine wisdom. So we're dealing with your divine wisdom and your highest guidance, and that's the intention that I always work with when I do these readings. So I'm inviting you to listen to your body, listen to your own intuition and the divine wisdom that flows through you when you connect with these readings. If you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. It really helps with the energy exchange. I need you. I can't do this without you, so I'd appreciate your support. But do that if you feel called to, if you can feel that in your heart. And if you'd like a personal reading or some healing with me, do check out the description box. I'd love to work with you. Alrighty, so pile 3, your symbol, the object that you've chosen is this selenite wand. I feel like there's a lot of clarity around your thinking that's coming through. I also feel that you've been spending time clearing your energy, but there's more that's needed. And it's very important for you to constantly clear your energy. I do feel that this is a pile that will resonate a lot with grace, with the energy of grace for some reason that coming through, and with God always being around and being reminded. I feel like you need to be reminded that what is happening right now is happening for you, not against you, and that God is always on your side. And God, in whichever form you see God, Source, the beloved, Allah, the universe, if you resonate more with that, divine intelligence, infinite intelligence. But there is something greater than you that is serving you at this moment, but also that is within you and that is guiding this connection. And I do feel that this connection itself is a very, very, very necessary connection for you, in whichever shape, way, or form that it is showing up. It is an integral part of your journey, and there is no need for you to deny what has happened in this connection, or to suppress, or to be ashamed of, or to judge. Even though you are doing that, that's okay. You can let that go. This has been necessary. Okay, I'm going to put your articles over there, and I'm going to use my old school tarot. Excuse it, it ain't the prettiest, but it's damn good. Am I allowed to say that? It's the deck that I really just felt like I needed to work with for this reading specifically. And we're looking at whether you should stay or go with this connection. Okay, so firstly, we're looking at you, your energy, and your pattern, your role in this connection. Ooh, okay, so it definitely wants to come from there. It seems like there's a lot of parts that you play. We're going to pick this one. Taking on a lot of different faces. Lots of role playing going on here. Okay, wants to be 2 cards. If you leave, if this person can change, and this is the risks of you leaving. So what you'd have to deal with, what are the challenges you'd have to deal with if you left. Okay, so this is the outcome if you stay with this person. This is the outcome if you go. This is whether the person can change or not, because obviously if you're asking the question stay or go, something needs to shift, right? Something needs to change. And then this is what you'd have to deal with if you did. Okay, so the world in reverse. Okay, so this is quite interesting because this card talks a lot about cosmic union, and there was a whole spiel that came through, a channeled message around that this was a really divinely orchestrated union. And for me, the fact that we've got the world in the center is just a really beautiful confirmation that this is definitely part of your journey. It's definitely part of your growth. It's definitely part of, there is some sort of cosmic union here, divine union going on, something here that is supposed to really help you grow spiritually and as a person. Growing spiritually reflects in your person as well. This is what I believe. You do not have to take that on, but I feel if you've really embodied or really ingested and digested and taken in a spiritual lesson, like this world card represents, it's not saying the sky or the heavens, it says the world that shows in your life. Okay, so that's also very important for you to remember, pile 3. Coming up in reverse, something in you, you feel like something is like, this is great, it's been great, but something's not right. And I feel that there's a deep feeling of something missing for you. And I feel like that may even be an eternal question that you have. What is missing? Something feels like it's missing. And God came through very strongly in this reading, pile 3. And I would say, if you feel called to, maybe that is where you need to go deeper in, is in your spirituality, and find how you can connect with Source, God, Allah, the Beloved, Yeshua, in a way that makes you feel that he or she is here for you. He, she, they. I'm smelling my incense really strongly right now. So I feel like working with the senses for you is going to be very good too, and very necessary, because even here with the body and her body being, it's this greater embodiment that's needed. You download a lot as well, and I feel that there's been a lot of downloads and channelings and understandings that's come through around this connection. But we need to ground it, baby. We need to ground it. We need to find a way that you can manage that. Okay? If you'd like to work with me on that, I can totally help you with that. But there's a need for that. Alrighty. Okay, so here we go. This is what's happening if you stay. This is if you go. This is whether this person can change or not. And this is what you're going to have to deal with if you... So, okay, so I feel... Can we just see the growth here? So there's some sort of really massive, strong bond that happened. Just look at this growth that's happened here. So there's definitely some sort of ascension process going on. Can you see that? This relationship is part of your ascension. It is part of your spiritual growth. It is part of your growth as a person. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Just look at this. Devil, world, temperance. It's like starting from hell, the in-between, the earthly realm, and then the higher realms. Okay? But we want to get this here, right? Where we have embraced the dark and the light of what's going on here. And to embrace the dark and light of what's going on here, there's a deep, deep importance for you to need to embrace that within yourself. Within yourself. We've got the image 2 here, and we've got 2 people there. And then we've got the angel, and then we've got the devil. But then we've got one. So how can you take those 2 opposing aspects of yourself, masculine and feminine, light and dark, human and divine, and bring that in a way where it is making sense in your world and in your life? This is what this connection is definitely about. So for some of you, I do feel that you might label this as your twin flame. I have a lot to say in twin flames. I have the twin flame too, but I don't believe that you are necessarily supposed to be involved with your twin flame. I think your twin flame journey is a lot more about deep, 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 deep healing than it is material love. It's more about divine love and unconditional love. Unconditional love doesn't mean holding on or attachment to a person. It really doesn't. Much can be said on that, so let's not go into that too much, but you might resonate with that. You don't have to take on my belief systems. I'm just sharing what I'm also sensing and what I just believe around twin flames. But you might resonate with that. This is definitely some sort of, I feel like this relationship, there's a contract here, there is that. So the intensity of the feelings of attraction and being drawn to this person can be confirmed by all of that. Now, let's look at what's going to happen if you stay. I mean, you don't have to know tarot cards. You can just look at the imagery on these two cards and see for yourself what this would be, Like, I'm going to ask you, like, when you're looking at this yourself, like, what is this story telling for you? And when I see 7 of Swords and 4 of Swords together, firstly, Swords. There's not a lot of truth going on here. The communication is, I want to use the word almost like rotten. And the reason is because we've got this devil energy right under these here. And 7 of Swords is often about perception. So I feel that one party, so 4 of Swords in this connection, keeps waiting on the other one. One is focusing on their healing. One is focusing on becoming a better person. One is more focused on assimilating things, on understanding things, and the other is just like, you know what, I want to take what I want to take, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to. So one of you is showing up more like this, to put it bluntly, and another is showing more like this. And for me, what I'm feeling that if you stay here is that there's going to be a need for you to actually, funnily enough, be more away from this person than to be with this person. Because I don't feel that this person is 100% serving you. And I get that even more with the selenite and the needing to cleanse and clear. Because 4 of Swords talks about healing. I might have said 4 of Wands earlier. Sorry if I did that. But it talks about rest and recuperation and actually needing to take a step back. And 7 of Swords talks about taking anyway, but in a very deceptive, lying way. If it's coming up in reverse, it's often you needing to prioritize yourself and actually needing to be selfish. So the sense that I'm getting here is this person will take when you're down. And I'm feeling like a lot of that goes on in this connection, is that there's a lot of avoidance. There's not a lot of talk. And I feel if you stay, there'll be more of that. This person might already even be avoiding you or not telling you the truth or hiding something from you. It doesn't always have to mean that there's a third party situation or that there's another person, or there's stuff here that this person isn't willing to confront. And this person actually needs to also possibly heal and spend time away, because if we're looking at this devil energy underneath, there's some deep either addiction issues, and also, and when I say addiction, I don't necessarily always mean to substance. There could be some sort of escapism, and in the form of substance actually, or some other work or something, some sort of addiction that's being used as an escapism to escape the fact that there needs to be some sort of healing. Healing is even coming through here in this Temperance card, right? Coming through in the selenite. So if you stay, I just feel this person's going to avoid more of you. There's not really going to be connection. One person is trying to heal things, focus on things. The other person is actually not on the same page. So I feel just like two people who are not really on the same page. Similar kind of energies, similar energy, but like different levels of the energy. That's just kind of what it feels like. And the intention behind each is not the same. So if I'm avoiding, if say, for example, if you're staying away, it's because you're staying away to maybe rest, recuperate, and actually recover. Whereas this person is staying away to avoid. Two different things. Okay. I do feel that there was definitely, obviously, a very strong bond and attraction here. Spoke about that earlier. This we'll get to. So if you go, I feel that there is going to be deep healing and balance that comes for you out of this. If you go, there's going to be an opportunity for you to gain, look at this beautiful angel and the insight, the divine insight that's coming around the head. There's going to be clarity. There's going to be understanding. There's going to be an ability for you to see this, for you to balance your emotions, for you to start a new path. See that path leading up to the sun there in the background. There's going to be serenity, peace, and calm that comes from this, and a deeper connection to the divine. And things are going to come in balance. That's if you stay with this person. I mean, if you leave this person, sorry. Whereas if you stay with this person, there's going to just be the same kind of, there's avoidance, not seeing each other. I feel like you might not even be speaking to this person at the moment. There might be separation. Whereas if you let it go, you're going to let the insights that need to come from what was happening here come to you. And there's some sort of avoiding the self when you stay here. This is going to bring you back in alignment with yourself. So, can this person change? The person's ability to change. This person is really locked in some behaviors that keep them trapped. In some sort of unhealthy behavior that is not serving them. And they have to decide whether they can break free from that. But it's going to be a struggle. It's not an easy thing. This person has a lot of ego stuff to break through. I feel like there's a very strong, I'm getting addiction a lot with this card. I don't always get it with the devil, even though it can present that. But there's something that this person keeps doing to avoid intimacy. And I do feel that there's a fear of intimacy for this person. Fear of being close. This person prefers attachment. In other words, for some of you, this person actually might even be attached to someone else and have some sort of other relationship with someone that they cannot let go of. It doesn't have to be active, but it can still very much be active in their energy. But there is definitely something that this person is unhealthily attached to. And unless they break the bond with that, change is going to be very hard. That's what's required. If you leave, so the risks of leaving. So we've got 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands is a lot about opportunity. When it's in reverse, it could be like no communication. So the interesting thing about this is, I feel that if you leave, you're going to hope that it's going to shift the energy enough that this person is going to start speaking to you. Because I do feel like there's some sort of separation here. This person's avoided you and you've been waiting for them. And I feel that if you leave, you might think that this is going to inspire some sort of communication. Like maybe you even send a message and they go like, hey, what's happened? Why haven't I heard from you? And in some cases, I do feel that that's going to happen, but that's the minority. So for real, if that doesn't feel like that if that feels like that resonates for you, sure. But for the majority of you, I feel like you already know the answer. This person's not coming. The person is not going to come back. So you're going to have to, because this is in reverse, you're not going to get that communication that you want. So whatever kind of closure, because the world is also about closure and not getting that closure, whatever kind of closure that you want from this person, it's not going to show up. I want to draw a clarifier. And I just feel like I want to say that because when you're seeking closure and you're being patient around it, which I'm seeing here with these energies, then you can be patient for days, for months, for years. And you got to move on, girl. Guy. Girl, guy. Okay, I want to get a clarify on the 8 of Wands in reverse, please. And there we go. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So there is some sort of cyclical thing that happens here. This person might come around again, but now we have Knight of Wands energy here. And we got 8 of Wands here in reverse. So, like I said, for minority of you, this person will come back. But Knight of Wands is, I come back when I feel like coming back. Knight of Wands likes to come in. Like, so this person's possibly that type of person who blows up your phone and then disappears. Like hot, cold, heavy, right? So may have come in strong, lots of love bombing you even a little. And I do feel with these two energies that this person might return and you would have to deal with that. But because I'm seeing this like this, because we have these three energies here together, this speaks player. That's the kind of energy that speaks here. And if it's not player in the sense that there's some other person that it's player in the sense that this person is playing. They're not serious. They're messing around. They do what they want for what serves them in the moment. Impulsive. They make choices, decisions, actions that are more in that space than in this space. So interesting. If we look at this energy here, and then we look at this here, which I feel, look how opposite these are. Look at that for a second. Just look at how that feels, and then look at how this feels. I feel this is what you want. You want closure, understanding, communication, taking things peacefully, easefully. And I feel this is what this person comes with, right? So pile 3. That's what's likely to happen if you stay or if you go. Let's look at your oracles and let's see what other further confirmation we get. Time for beginner mind. So this speaks here with temperance. I feel like this is asking for a new beginning. Porcupine spirits, it talks about however you're seeing things or what you get. It's like it talks about those quills being filled with air, and it's just filled with, and I used the word earlier, nonsense. Again, it's like to release that and for you to find like a new beginning. So what can you release here that's really like, is this stuff serving you? Is it really, really serving you? And where can you start afresh for yourself? For yourself. This is very self-focused for me, this reading here, this reading specifically. And I'm seeing it, this person is self-focused as well. So when you're dating someone who's like that, often I have a video on my other YouTube channel which is around the 7 mirrors of so it's not always like attracts like, there's other reasons we're attracted to certain people, and one of the mirrors is that you're attracted to someone because they have something that you really desire on a subconscious level. And what I'm feeling is that this is present in this reading, is that there's something in this person that you see that you also want. I do feel that there's been a lot of mirroring going on here, so no, I just said I do feel that there's a lot of mirroring going on here. Mirror guardian, take time to reflect. No freaking way. I mean, you cannot make this up, pile 3. So yeah, twin flame, for sure, if that's what you resonate. But there's something, it doesn't even have to be twin flame. I really also have to say that. Dogs are confirming that. We're going to wait until they've stopped barking. So this person has really come into your life to show you what you desire for yourself. What's really standing out for me in this card specifically is her blue dress here. So there's a lot around truth that needs to come through. So a lot of the time that you spend reflecting has to be really on what's the truth here. Because if we have 7 of Swords here, we're talking about deception as well. And the opposite of deception, because we have a lot of light and dark here, is the truth. So you need to take that time for yourself to figure out what feels true to me in this connection. What is truthful to me? What am I avoiding even within myself here that I need to see, that I am not seeing? What is Spirit showing me that I am not willing to see right now? Those are very important questions that I feel you could journal on. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And here we have beautiful, another angel showing up. So this is your loved ones drawing closer. Pile 3, I'm sorry if this has been a very triggering reading. It's been exceptionally powerful, I can tell you that. But you, like I said, very strong divinely guided energies here. Your guides are around you, and I feel that they want to show you something new, a new beginning here. So should you stay or should you leave? The decision is up to you. I hope this can help you make your decision. Pile 3, I'm sending you a lot of love, requited love, because that is what you deserve. And I'm asking that you give that love to yourself too, instead of looking for it from someone else. Because whatever love that you feel, remember, it's not coming from that person. That love that you feel for someone else is coming from you. So it's your love. You can feel that for yourself too. And I'm sending you a lot of that. If you'd like a personal reading, do please reach out and check out the description box. If you'd like some healing, please also check out the description box. I'd love to work with you either way. I'm sending you lots of love. It's been an honor reading these cards for you, doing this reading for you today, and what a powerful journey that you are on. So please do honor that and honor yourself, and know that you are worthy and loved. And I am really looking forward to doing your next reading, Pile 3. Sending lots of love. Bye.